Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a look at the most unique dragon in the Azalesian Mountains, Hejinmal, who is special not only in the eyes of Ainz. But before we're going to do so, let me thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, as well as all users of the YouTube thanks function who made one-time donations. Now with that said, let's start with the fateful confrontation with Ainz and his little entourage, in order to truly understand Hejinmal. Now the first dragon was sent out to stop this force by his father, but Hejinmal, thanks to being well-read, understood that Ainz was at least an Elder Lich, a powerful undead immune to ice attacks, aka the very breath weapon that is the most iconic and the strongest move these draconic beings have. And as a frost dragon, Hejinmal was also very weak against fireball and other fire-based spells. But unlike his father, Hejinmal didn't have any way to protect himself from the effects of fire with magic of his own. And so, once he confronted the intruder and his little intimidation attempt failed, Hejinmal noticed how unimpressed everyone was, and therefore he quickly submitted to Ainz And Ainz was very disappointed by all of this. He was excited that he would soon get himself a rare dragon corpse he could later plunder for materials. Essentially, Ainz was playing Monster Hunter mentally, but unlike in the game, Ainz wouldn't get a single piece of loot when he just captures the dragon. And the Overlord of the Great Tomb of Nezurich really didn't expect the Frost Dragon to meekly submit in an instant. Granted, he had given him the option to submit, but he never expected Hejinmal to seriously consider it, not even accept it this quickly. Hence why he was already in the midst of casting Grasp Hard when the Frost Dragon knelt before Ainz. Because Hejinmal wasn't the fighter type, and never wanted to be. He was a Hikikomori, someone who locks himself in his or rather his parents' room and refuses to come out, in order to avoid the pressure that comes with the social expectations and the stress the everyday life brings. And Hejinmal really didn't want it to be the dangerous Frost Dragon. He didn't want it to be another soldier in his father's upcoming war against the Frost Giants for supremacy. Memento Mori. Remember, you're mortal. Hejinmal wanted to do something entirely different with his life, and he was very unhappy with his actual life and afraid of the day-to-day stress and violence the life as a Frost Dragon brings with it. And while he was still one of the mightiest beings in the Azalesian Mountains, compared to his more battle-lust-filled, battle-hardened, martial siblings, he always came out as a cowardly loser, lacking anything, any single quality his father would desire. And thus he basically had given up upon his son. And Hejinmal found an escape from this grim dark reality that is the New World in his books, or rather the books left from the dwarves. But being unable to look into the distance within his room, his eyesight got better and better, hence why he always wore these little reading glasses when in his chamber. And he also dreamt about leaving the dragon horde behind to explore the outside world, but could never muster the courage to do so. Therefore he remained a shut-in, until his father quite literally broke down the door and made him face the intruders. Now after being subjugated, Hejinmal was so afraid that he quite literally peed his britches, something that Ainz, luckily for him, interpreted as a sign of joy. And Aura, being given this new Frost Dragon, also shut down any attempt of Shaltir, wanting to show her joy as well. And while Aura's world item was disappointingly animated for an item of almost unmatched magnitude and power, and while the Frost Dragons were a bit disappointing looking, at least this scene made it into the anime. Furthermore, Ainz thought about Hejinmal as a rare type of Frost Dragon due to his unusual big body, initially assuming that the Frost Dragons, who are immune to cold, still store additional fat reserves as a safeguard, or as an energy source for bad times, before Hejinmal admitted that this is something unique to him. Now Hejinmal's physique was also the reason why he was often called Dragon Pig by his older siblings and even his other relatives, but all those who mocked him soon understood why he submitted to Ainsulgon. And after Ainsulgon killed Olarsir, Hejinmal was in a unique position to not only save the life of his biological mother, Kilistran den Shusha, but also that of the 2 other concubines Olarsir had. Now all 3 claimed to be the mother of Hejinmal in order to not die, but it was Hejinmal who reinforced this idea that there was a mother who bore him, a mother who raised him, and a 3rd one who took further care of him, rather than explaining how unique the constellation that his father built was. Now Hejinmal didn't do this out of sheer love for his mother, who had 3 other kids with Olarsir, to whom she was more kind, caring, but also understanding to. Hejinmal also did this to have some leverage over her in the future. So there are still some tensions within the Dragon Horde. But now that Hejinmal is serving Ainz and Aura for that matter, he actually got his own neat little happy ending, because for the first time in his life, he is able to see the world and explore it, as part of the living airplane plan that will soon be instated in Irantel and other cities. And finally Ainsulgon, just as Hejinmal was very interested in the books he had collected from the dwarves. So the wisdom that his father dismissed was something that now heightened Ainsulgon's opinion of Hejinmal, for he understood the value of knowledge. And with that said, I really want him to be shown again, just to see what has become of him. But, since this isn't the case, we are at the end of this video. And therefore I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death's Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Normal Toad, Oh Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantom, Personage, Primus 11, Q Necker Cos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.